All right, this is Daryl Martin with Apex Trader Funding. Sign up today at Apex Trader Funding. We are the ultimate choice for trader funding, and I'm going to show you today why we're the ultimate choice. Okay? Obviously, we have disclosures. You know, trading's risky. It's not for everybody. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. So this is going to be about Apex versus the rest. What makes Apex the best? And tonight is more of a presentation format. And I want to finish on time, so it's going to be a little bit more, unlike most of our webinars, which have a lot of Q&A, it's going to be a little bit more limited Q&A. But we will have follow-up webinars. And John will try to help me keep up with questions in the question section. But just so you know, I just don't want to keep y'all here too long. I want to say first half of 2021's wrapped up, or sorry, 2022's wrapped up. And, you know, we're halfway through the year here. And these are our top payouts. So check this out. We got Rachel made a withdrawal of $347,000. Nicholas at $197,000, Chris at $194,000, Billy at $170,000, Daniel at $93,000, Nikki at $71,000. So I'd say we have no problem doing large payouts. Would y'all agree? Yeah. So some of y'all want some payouts like that? Is that what you're looking for? So we got some people rocking it this year, so congratulations to all those traders. Just last week, we did payouts. We paid out $233,772 last week alone. And we're averaging about $300,000 a month, more than any other prop firm we know. And the top 5 traders withdrew between $10,000 and $20,000. So between $10,000 and $20,000. You know, we all want to know if we work hard and we actually be paid out by a funding company. Isn't that one of the biggest concerns you have when you go with a funding company? Would y'all agree with that? Like, are they really going to pay me when I actually do make a lot of money? Is that something that's ever been in the back of y'all's mind? So I always look for interaction on webinars. It makes it more interesting. So obviously, Apex does pay. We have great traders. And we want to help you understand what you want in a funding company when you're choosing a funding company. Some may have seen some social media posts the last couple days about one particular person complaining. Anybody seen that? Okay, so we're going to address that. And it's probably not important, but we actually did pay him out. Okay? We've never not paid a trader out. So we're going to address that here in a bit. But just to, you know, address rumors that are out there. And I don't blame you staying away from social media. But again, we want to help you understand the full situation, what happened, and why you should be glad you're at Apex, and why we monitor for proper trading, and why we protect you, and why that's important in a funding company that you choose. So that's why we're actually going to go over it. It's less about them complaining than it is about, hey, this is a great opportunity to show you what we do to protect you. So isn't that something you want to know? Like, how do we protect you? So make sure we have the money tomorrow to actually be able to pay you. So we just saw it as a, you know, good opportunity to show here's a way that we monitor things to make sure, you know, we're in a solid position. And you want to make sure any company you work with is in a solid position because it's your company, right? I mean, you're trading it, you know, you're building capital up, and you want to make sure that you do get paid. So here's another screenshot, current top PA balances. These are traders, obviously, who have already withdrawn, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, traders with, you know, quite a bit of profit in there, 84 days, 126 days, 132 days, you know, with, you know, all different levels of profit. So doing really well. And it's going on and on. I mean, more traders. I mean, like I said, $114,000 in profit, $50,000 in profit, $15,000 in profit, 12, 10, you know, 8, 5. I mean, just, the list goes on and on and on. So there's a lot of traders doing it. PA stands for Performance Account. It's a second step you get moved into after your evaluation. So we just wanted to say congratulations to all those PA holders that are rocking it. Some nice big profits and balances there. We love for y'all to make money. When y'all make money, we can make money as well. Also, we want to show you things in a different perspective. Trading is about building consistency and patience for the long term. Would y'all agree with that? So we want to show you that. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? So it's about duplication and compounding. So growing up, small steps each day add up, and that is a big key to success. And we're going to show you some traders that are doing that. It's not about having a big profit number of a high balance. So, I mean, would y'all agree with that? Like, you see traders post, hey, I made this much money. But it's like, yeah, but what are you making on a daily basis? You know, it's like I've seen traders post, I'm not impressed anymore by, big profits. I'm impressed by consistent profits, So, current PA profit. This may not be the most exciting thing to you. 57 days, they made $3,800. So that may not be super exciting, but would you say they're consistent if they've been able to make that much consistently over that period of time? Yeah, now let's look at the next thing. Like I said, it may not have you jumping up and down. They're just trading micros, by the way. They're slow and steady. Again, you may not be excited, but how many are this far along? Right? Remember consistency. Have a strategy, have a system, grow it, have risk management, long-term building a partnership with Apex. Remember how I talked about compounding and duplication? Maybe this is more exciting for you. That person has multiple trading accounts, up several thousand, about $4,000 an account, up $40,000 in profit. This is all one trader. So maybe they're only up $3,000 or $4,000 over 60 days, but they're at $48,000 total. So is that a little bit more exciting? So that is definitely duplicating and compounding, right? Like I said, only $4,000 or $5,000 over 60 days, but across all those accounts. And the reason people do multiple accounts is because then they have those drawdowns spread across, and they can trade smaller. But they can trade it in multiple accounts, so they can still trade large sizes but smaller. I don't know what they're trading with. But notice they're just trading micros. Here's another trader. They're only up, $900, $700, $1,100. But again, on a lot of accounts, you multiply that across, you got, $10,000. Here's another trader up $1,300 off over all of these accounts, like 20 accounts. And they've been trading for 38 plus days. I mean, that definitely adds up to, what is that, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, somewhere around there. See, y'all seeing that benefit of trading small? And by the way, they're trading ZW. So again, the reason for multiple accounts is you can use the trade copier, which will copy trades in multiple accounts, and it'll allow you, again, like let's say you have a $2,500 drawdown, you can trade one contract in 10 or 20 accounts instead of 10 contracts in one account and blow it in a heartbeat. You actually can have up to 20 accounts. So here's another one. Up, $2,000, $2,500, I guess, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts. So up about, almost $20,000 there. The money accounts for that each of an individual account. So if you have a $3,000 profit goal, you're trying to make $3,000 in each account. But we have traders rocking it. We have a whole video on why multiple accounts that we send out. So we actually go through that and spend a lot of time into that. John, and you can answer that question about how to incorporate the copier and the Ninja, the link for that. Yeah, you can use the DOM, you can use Chart Trader, yeah. And to find out about the trade copier, Let's see. Let me just show the link for that real quick. If you go
I just put the link in the chat to everyone. It's right there.
Oh, you put the chat to everybody. Okay, perfect. Yeah. And it actually shows you how it works on that page. And again, we could keep going on and on and on of traders using multiple accounts. The list goes on and on. So do you see the power of consistency and even trading small, trading over multiple accounts, like how that can really add up in profit? And why we have traders taking out such massive profits? The power of patience, not trying to make it all in one trade. The power of compounding. As you get bigger, you can trade bigger. So do you want to be a trader like that? Is that what you want? So, do you think we want to fund traders like that? Yeah. I mean, would you want to put your money with a trader like that? That's really the question, right? Is that, I mean, if you could copy that trader, would you copy that trader? Any of those traders that we showed? Yeah, that's what you're looking for. That's what we're looking for. So if you think about it, what you're looking for, if where you'd put your money, if you're backing somebody, is what we are looking for. So if you're funding a trader, would you, like I said, would you want to put your real live money behind traders like this? And I mean, I would think the answer is yes. I mean, that's who we're looking for. So why Apex? Well, many of you are here because Apex has the best name and reputation out there. We have the best payout. We have the most number of contracts. We have, meaning like the largest payouts. We allow multiple contracts, multiple accounts, easy rules, and we really, I mean, would y'all agree that we've changed the whole industry by offering great pricing and discounts? We come in with our 50% off sales and 80% off sales, and I've done it for like 9 months. So, why have we done that? Do you think we maybe have pissed some people off, some competitors off by coming in and doing 50% off like constantly? Yeah, we've upset a few people because we've interrupted their business, right? Because we're not all about the fees like other companies are. We're about finding good traders. So why do we have rules? Would you want rules in place with your own money if somebody was trading it? And again, Mark will try to keep up with questions, but we're gonna, sort of focus here on the presentation on this one. So, but yeah, so y'all would want rules with somebody doing this. Well, if you funded someone, you would want guidelines, right? Just common sense. So this is a partnership. It goes both ways. You want to make sure you're making money. You want to make sure they're making money consistently. Would you want to fund someone who is wildly erratic and just went all in and tried to do big windfalls? Like, is that what you'd be looking for in a place to put your money? I'm not talking about trading large if it's there, but like somebody who just goes, I'm going to go all in long on this. So, yeah, if you can get those questions, John. Would you want somebody that's irresponsible with the trading account? Yeah, you want Steady Eddie, exactly. You don't just want a casino, you want to find somebody out there that's really doing it. You don't want somebody going for gut trading or big lucky trades, risking your accounts. Would you agree with that? I mean, this is common sense, I know, but I'm sort of bringing out a lot of times we have traders who don't think about the fact of would they want to fund themselves, right? The way that they're trading. So, would you want somebody with no strategy or system, no risk management, they don't use stops at all? Is that something you'd want somebody to use your money with? No stops, no discipline. What about somebody who would purposely blow an account, who would open 2 accounts and blow one of them on purpose? Would you want that? Yeah, no, of course not. You want a long-term relationship with consistent traders that follow a strategy or system. You don't really care what the strategy or system is as long as it's consistent. Ongoing, consistent, compounding growth, profitable for both parties. Otherwise, what's the point of funding, right? Would y'all agree with that? So, what sets Apex apart? What's the biggest concern in the world? We talked about a trader's funding. Well, it's, will I get paid? Can they afford to pay me? And what if I do really well? Can they pay me? Well, have I showed you traders that will actually get paid? Okay, so you know that we pay you. We talk about fees versus funding a lot. Who's seen all these fly-by-night companies? Somebody just mentioned one of them. And I'll show you a problem with that company. They're like, oh, we'll just charge you a PA fee one time. Which sounds so great until you look at the reality of what's going on, which I'll talk to you about. But have y'all seen these fly-by-night companies? It seems to be like a new funding company like every week. Exactly. How do they make their profit? They make it on fees versus funding. Okay, and I'm going to talk about how we make our profit. So, many of you have been with these companies before. Some of them have outrageous rules just to get more fees. They charge as much as possible for evaluation accounts. They make it hard with rules you can never pass. They get more and more fees out of you. They make you go through multiple evaluation steps. $50,000 account, $200 a month, get 500 customers, they make $100,000 in reset fees. Well, when they fund you, it's always forever a virtual account, never into live money. So how do they pay you out? They pay you out from fees. Did y'all know that we move people into live prop funding accounts? It's in the contract. We say performance account, and then we say live account, but some people don't even know that. Y'all know we move people into live prop accounts. How many people knew that? So some people knew, some people don't know. And performance account is step 2. Step 3 is a prop account. So what happens when you have a trader that does really well? What happens when a trader for one of those companies that's just making money on fees makes $100,000 in a month or $300,000 a month? Well, then guess who can't afford to pay you out? Those companies that are just making money on fees. So they may give you a $5 discount, or they may match our pricing, or they may give you a one-time, PA fee. But if they don't have a path to prop trading accounts, then could they go out of business overnight with just a few good traders? I mean, should that keep you up at night if you're with a firm that doesn't have live prop accounts? Yeah, single news announcement, everybody goes in, boom. I mean, I remember whenever the Swiss became unpegged from the euro, and it knocked out whole brokerage houses. So again, make sure to slow down on your questions because I want to stay focused. So yeah, if you're with a company that doesn't have live prop accounts, which like I said, one of the companies that was just mentioned doesn't, then sorry, because all it's going to take is a few good traders and you're going to be out. So maybe they don't have good monitoring and they don't look for group schemes that take advantage of them. Like I'm going to explain to you what was attempted by a trader. And show you like a scheme that somebody used that we monitor for. What happens when a guy with 20 accounts makes $3,000 like we showed you? He makes $60,000. Do you think it keeps them up at night seeing profitable traders? I'm not going to name the fly-by-night companies. They don't deserve to be named. But do you think that they're worried? I mean, if you were them and you were just making money on fees, would profitable traders keep you up at night if you were just paying people on fees? Especially somebody that starts making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Yeah, it keeps them up at night. Some of them offer, I won't name the name, but they offer expensive resets on PAs. They're like, hey, you failed your PA. We'll let you reset it for $1,000. Well, why? Because they know they can get more money on fees and they count on you failing. Right? Why would somebody charge you $1,000 for that? You can set up a business account, Henry. So do you trust companies like that to manage risk? Like that has literally, they don't put good traders into prop accounts. And I'm not talking a PA account. I'm talking a prop account. Now remember, Apex was built by traders for traders. We have decades of trading experience. Anybody who's been in the room has seen the kind of profits that I make. But these fly-by-night companies are popping up. They're marketers. They have no idea of trading. Do you think they can manage risk? And if they can't pay you, they're going to make excuses why. They're going to go out of business. They're going to file bankruptcy or whatever. And the only ones that can manage risk are the ones that cap your earnings. Like one company actually caps your earnings out. Why would they do that? If you're a funding company and you're making a percentage of profits, why would you want to cap somebody out? Yeah, somebody else on here is saying that happened to them. I don't think they have to be reined in at all. I think they just go out of business. So you just want to avoid them. So if they cap your earnings, every dollar you invest, the less you can make, right? Because if you do another reset, but you can't make more money, you're lowering your ROI on the cost it takes you to get funded and, trade. So Arnold says, I don't understand. I try to make sure $100,000. Can't they pay you out of the money they earned? They didn't make any money. They were just in sim. So this will keep you up every night. They are not backed. If the company does not have a path to prop trading, how can they pay you if someone does really, really well? Or if you do really, really well? So you have a great trading month, and instead of being excited, you're scared you did too well, and they can't afford to pay you. Because they're on a fees versus funding model. So this scares you. This should scare you. It should keep you up at night if you're with a fees versus funding company. So a business model like this is like an insurance company collecting monthly premiums, hoping that a disaster never hits and they never have to pay out. Well, then a hailstorm hits, a flood hits, and boom. They go out of business. Do not do business with a company that is a fee-based company and does not actually ever put you into a real live account. I mean, just ask them straight up. Do you ever put me into a real live account? Do you have prop accounts? Does that make sense? Everybody starting to get it? Okay. So, the money made from real live accounts is what pays for traders that do well. The money is there to pay out. This business model can prosper long term. These others, one good trader can put them out. So it's about legitimacy. If they don't have a path to prop account, it's just a video game. If it's a real live prop account, if you make $1 million in a week, great. The money is actually there, and the company is actually excited that you made it. What is a true prop account? It's not a virtual account or a demo account like in our performance accounts, we, depending upon how well a trader's doing, will copy trades via API. Most companies don't do that. And then we eventually move them into prop accounts. Actual real live money accounts that you are trading. Your orders go on the exchange. A true prop account is where someone allows you to access and trade a real live money account for a split. Risk capital is put up for you. Margin capital is put up for you. This is the real way the real funding company can actually make a real money off your trading. It's backed by real money. And then, 10%, that's the real that we get to keep. And we can copy you as well. So you can do well, and we can copy you into another one of our accounts and make money. So not only do we make the 10%, but we can make 100% on another account that we're copying in. That's where we look to make our money. We like traders that make $300,000. Not only did we make $30,000 from them, but we made $300,000 by copying them in another account. So with us, performance accounts are demo, or they're demo where we're copying them live into API. And then we move you into a prop account. So it's real money, it's there to pay out, and we want you to make as much as we can so we both benefit. The money is actually there. So a prop account is owned by someone else who backs and funds it, and you have access to trade it. That's the whole point. The whole point of the valuation of PA account is to prove you can do it. So legit funding companies, first thing you should always find out is, do they have a real live account they move traders into? Prop stands for proprietary firm. This is one of the biggest things that sets Apex apart. There are other companies that have, evaluation rules very similar to Apex, but do they have a real pathway to a prop trading account? Do they have lower prices? Do they have more contracts? Do they have higher payouts? Do they have no caps? Will they pay you out not just in PayPal, but in multiple payout options, wire transfers, ACH, crypto? This other company that has plans similar to Apex is really not that similar. There's huge differences once you get to the prop side, and that is what gives you confidence in trading with that company. So are there other companies out there that can actually put you into prop accounts? Yeah, there's UProfit can, Top Step can, Earn to Trade can. Now you may not like their rules because they have like a $500 daily drawdown or whatever their rule is, depending on the plan you choose. But the other ones out there, the ones that are similar to us, most of them that I know of don't. So from there you have to compare the rules, the terms, and figure it out. Pros and cons, payouts, all that. It's funny because some of these similar companies, they'll say, hey, is there a sell? Well, we'll beat their sell by $5. Well, they only pay you 80%. So this costs you more than $5, or let's say even more than $50 per account. You ever seen that sell out there? We'll beat anybody's sell by $5. So, Manny, one of the ways that we compare ourselves is we have true prop accounts, and we don't cap them. Would y'all think that not getting 90%, does that cost you? No, they don't. Does that cost you more than $5 or $50 in the long run? Like, are you looking short term here? Oh, I'll say $5 more. Or, oh, they have a sell. They have an 80% off sell, and Apex doesn't, so I'm going to go with them. Great. You're literally giving up 10% for the life of your account. They provide less contracts per account for one. Once you build it, they pay out less payouts per payout. They delay payouts longer. So, a company that was just mentioned a few times. So, the Apex path. Step 1. Only a one-step evaluation, not multiple steps. Again, one step. 3 steps to the pinnacle to a true prop account. So, step 1. Can you press the buttons? Can you reach a profit goal? Do you have an understanding of trading and strategy or system? Can you look at rules and stops and figure out how to pass? Do you have a basic handle on the fundamentals and technicals? Can you not let trades go against you and stay within the threshold? Can you show some discipline for a minimum of just 10 short trading days? So, our rules: hit your profit goal, don't hit your trailing threshold, 10 days minimum, close your trades by 4:59 p.m. Eastern Time, don't share your username and password. We allow trading during the news, we have no daily drawdown, we allow multiple accounts, we don't have scaling up knockouts, which is basically where if you trade one too many contracts, they fail you. We just say, hey, you can't place more contracts. We have amazing customer service. Now, one thing I just want to address for some people out there, because there is a bit of an entitlement mentality sometimes, is we just ask for respect in return. to be put in. Go through the training, go through the videos, give respect to the customer service. They work hard. And like I said, some have a similar model for evaluations, but that's where the similarity stops. There are similar companies. So if you hit the profit for 10 days, then just trade a little bit and keep it small the rest of the days. Now, what about step 2? The PA virtual account. You're paid out like a prop account. Okay, so you still get paid the exact same way. We have the right and ability to copy if we choose to, so we can copy over through API, through Rhythmic's API. What we're really looking for in a PA account is, can you handle the middle switch to live money? Who in here gets more nervous when they get into a performance account?
Yeah, Daryl, there was a post, somebody posted in the Facebook group today saying, man, I kill it when I'm in demo. I master my strategy. I master my I kill it. And as soon as I move over to live, I blow it.
Like PA,
or PA. And like, we've all done that, right? Like when it's real money, like that you could withdraw and have in your pocket, like, you get scared to press the button. You hesitate to press the button. You press the button too quick. You want to reverse trade. It's a mental game. And like Daryl just covered, the first step, evaluation, that's more the technical side. Can you press a button? Can you trade? Can you get a profit number? Okay, you've got something there. Moving over to PA is now, can you master the mental side? Can you get through that transition and show us that you can make that transition, start to be consistent, start to be profitable? You got it. Then comes the pinnacle, step 3. But yeah, we've all been there and done that. It's a whole mind game.
Yeah, so do you think it's wise for us to make sure somebody can handle the mental game and be consistent before we move into a fully live account? So we're doing like a 2-step process. Now we're paying you on step 2, on a performance account, we're paying you the exact same way as a prop account. But we just want to make sure that you have the mental ability to, the discipline to keep with it. Can you still be consistent? Can you follow rules? Can you stick to a strategy or system? Like I said, step 1, test technical. Step 2, test mental. And, some people, they pass their eval the first day, but then they blow their PA the first day. Right? So then they have to go back to eval. So we want to see that people can actually stay consistent before we move them into a fully live account. If you could show the performance in a PA, you're paid out per the schedule. Then once you have the consistency and the handle on it, we move you to the 3rd pinnacle step, a true prop, real live account. We reach out to you to do that. Okay? So you'll know when we reach out to you, because John, who annually monitors everything, which is good for y'all because we have somebody who's watching everything.
Very anally.
But he is looking for the traders to move into prop accounts. Once you've shown that, we move you over. This is a goal and the highest achievement for all funded traders, is to actually say, I'm a prop firm trader. And that's what you want to get to.
And when we say that I anally watch that, trust me, I want that to happen. Like, I'm looking for reasons why, not just reasons why not. Like, I'm wanting to see, this person's ready, let's do it. This person's ready, let's do it. Like, because you can see the point behind it and the profitability behind it on our side and the protection. Like, we want to do that. That is the whole reason for this. Again,
does that make you feel better knowing that somebody's watching that and looking for people to move to live accounts? And those who shouldn't be? Does that make you feel better about the company that you have your money with, that you're looking to make a withdrawal out of?
Yeah, exactly. And as Daryl explained, that's how we make our money. The 10% off that account, and the fact that we can copy it over into another account. Do you really think we're making all our money here on $34 eval accounts at 80% off? Hello.
Our cost is higher than that.
Like, come on.
Okay? We're actually losing money when people sign up for this. But we're trying to bring in more traders and find, profitable traders. So recently we've had some questions about the consistency rule. What does the consistency rule mean? Okay, like, is this consistent? Is this consistent? Well, what if this happens? Is this consistent? Like, we get sport questions about that. So I just want to put that to bed. Okay. It means actually trading, not just flipping. Literally, like in out, in out, in out, in out to rack up days. Okay, you understand that that's flipping. Now we don't care if somebody flips contracts in an evaluation account. But do you think, would you want somebody who's just flipping contracts and burning commissions to be trading your money? Or would you want them to actually be trading? Yeah, you don't just want them like hopping in and just flipping a contract, flipping a contract, flipping a contract to try to get days. I don't think we don't monitor that too. So every time the payment request comes out, we look and see, are they trading or are they just flipping? So it's not just random gut trading without reason, trying to get a lucky windfall, being irresponsible with funds. That would be an inconsistent thing. Windfall does not mean big profits or big profit days. Yes, you can have big profit days. You've seen people that withdrew $10,000, $20,000, $100,000, $300,000. So obviously, we do that. We showed you people that have made that money. Scalping is fine, like, because you're in and you have a take profit and a stop loss. You're not just hopping in and out of a contract, like literally hitting buy sell, like back to back. Like you have a trading strategy. So again, lucky windfalls, random trading, chasing markets, going both ways is not performance. Like going long in one account, short in another account. Would you want somebody to go long in one of your accounts and short in another one of your accounts to see if they can get lucky and make it big and blow your other account out? There's a few people who have tried it. That is against the exchange rules, exactly. And it's also against our rules. So that's why we say no lucky windfalls.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick, guys? I know y'all are asking a bunch of questions about a lot of things. And again, try to focus in here on what Daryl's talking about, especially this right here. This is very important, the consistency rules here, because it's really not that hard, to understand. But how many of you guys are in the Apex trade room and you've seen Daryl trade Simplicity? It's an actual system. Y'all literally see both colored lines that trail the stop, right? Like if that market is just tanking and it's trending short, does he just decide when to get out or randomly get out or just randomly place a trade? He's literally letting that market go short and short and short and short. But there's a system to it. There's a literal line right there that if it comes back up and hits that trailing line, he's going to exit, right? Now, sometimes...
And Cameron was here and he saw me make $400,000 on a single trade like last month.
Yeah, that's not a windfall. That's freaking trading, right? I mean, some days, some trades may be, hey, I got in this trade, I followed my system, I followed my trail line, and hey, I made $100, it hit my trail, and I got out, made $100. Cool. You might have like, hey, normally I make a couple $100 a day, $200 a day. Hey, but today the market went crazy, and I just still followed the same system I always follow, and it trailed and trailed and trailed, and I made $20,000. Don't be concerned that we're going to be like, oh, this guy normally makes $200, $300, $500. Today he made 20. That's a windfall. Well, how did you make the 20? Did you randomly just place a trade and hope the market would go? Was it luck? Or, hey, look, I followed my system. The market freaking went and went and went, and I trailed it, followed my system, I made a killing. High five. Freaking good for you. That's trading. Like, what do we always say? Manage your risk and let your profits run. That's the point. It's not about big days.
We want you to have big days, and we want you to have small days because the market's different each day. There are days I make $7,000, and there are days I make $400,000. That's okay. And that's okay if you do that or less, obviously, whatever. But it's just not random. It's a paid performance account and a split, but also it's a proving ground that you want to be put into a prop funded account. We have 50,000. we've actually provisioned over 50,000 accounts. Let's see here. Let me look at something. I'll give you a number of. We funded $1.3 billion so far. Okay? We've literally had just a few people that have broke the consistency rule, like 3 or 4.
Out of 50,000 accounts,
Right.
yeah. Like,
So
this
do you think you need to be really concerned with the consistency rule if only a few people have done it? Like, your chances of doing that are pretty low. It has to be somebody who's doing the lucky windfall and then flipping contracts. Okay, so don't be all concerned about that. If you are breaking a rule, we're going to reach out to you and let you know. I mean, John, I think you saw like 10 or 15 people that were breaking the rule. They didn't break it big, but you reached out to them and you told them, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know," and they began trading correctly.
Yep, a couple of them were like, "Oh, I didn't realize that. Sorry, I'll start trading correctly." Or a couple were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you're right. I was doing that, trying to hold out for a payout." A couple of people were like, "Hey, I was trading good, then I went out of town and had a illness in the family." No worries. Just, hey, just reminding you, this is a rule. Not quite following it. Just wanted to help get you on track. That's it.
So we really try to work with people. I think if you've worked with us, you know that. And yeah, that's 1.5 billion with the 1.3 billion with a P, almost 1.5 billion. That'll be that before the end of the month. So you will have days that you don't trade at all. Sure, that's called good trading to know when not to trade, or like something's going on, like John said, a death in the family, whatever, problems at home, your mind's not right. You shouldn't trade. You'll have days where you may only trade once. And we don't have a minimum number of trades days that you have to trade in a month. Some companies actually have that. Like if you're gone for 2 weeks, like they shut down your account. We don't have rules like that. There's days the market is crazy and your system controls a big market trend and you make tons. Awesome. Then there's days it's not moving much and you only make a little, or you only lose a little, or maybe you lose some. There's days you only do a few contracts. Then the days market's going and you go bigger size and you're adding in. This is called trading. That's okay. This shows you have a strategy or system and you can work with the market. You're doing analysis. That's what we want. Yeah, somebody just listed a company that has a trade that you can't go more than 5 days without trading or they close your account. Dude, I'm about to go on vacation here at the end of the month. I'm going to be gone for 10 days, John?
Yep. Can't
So
wait.
heading out to
yes.
Orlando and all that, and I'm not going to be trading. I'm going to be on vacation.
Yeah, guys,
It's
we've
okay.
gotten questions about that lately. Like, oh, the consistency rule. I mean, do I have to trade a certain amount every day? Or so what if one day I'm trading micros because I feel like the market's kind of real volatile and moving a lot, and then the next day it seems a little more tradable. So then I switch to minis. Are y'all going to say that I wasn't consistent? No, I'm going to freaking high five you because that's called analysis. Good job for recognizing this is a crazy market. I'm going to play it safe and go micros. That's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I analyze it and say, this is tradable. So I'm going to implement that. Guys, that's called trading. That's what we want. There's nothing inconsistent about that. And then, hey, I didn't trade for 3 days. I was gone at the beach. Enjoy. Put on lotion, stay out of the sun. That's not what we're talking about here. We're going to show you some examples here. But I've had so many scenarios like, well, what if one day this and what? Guys, that's not what this is about. Like a strategy, a system, a saying, hey, I don't want to trade today because the market's crazy. I'm out of here. High five for recognizing that. Like,
Yeah, there are
great.
days that I don't trade. I've sent screenshots to John, and I'm like, look at this. This is a mess. I'm not touching it.
And what do I say? Get out of there now.
Yeah,
Like,
before you get stupid, get out of the room.
don't walk away now.
You can take off as many days as you want.
Reginald, yeah, I did say that.
A lot of y'all are asking about the Apex Trade Room, the Apex Investing Trade Room. Just go to apexinvesting.com and you get access for free for a month. The second month's $1. the boot camp on there so you can check it out and see what we do. So again, you're going to have good days, bad days, up days, down days. That's trading micro some days, minis other days, not a problem. You know, it's simple. Are you trading? Are you following consistent patterns and strategies? Real strategies and systems means something you actually trade. Flipping a contract is not a trading strategy. It's a flipping strategy. We're not looking for that. You wouldn't want somebody to do that in your funded account. It's people trying to rack up a number of days traded is not a trading strategy. They made one big lucky windfall one day, and then they tried to flip micros or minis the rest of the days after that until they can get paid. Would you want somebody just to go for a lucky windfall and then maybe they do get lucky and then just flip? Flip means buy sell, like in out of a contract. I'm not talking about scalping. I'm talking about literally you just get in, you get out.
Yeah, several people said, what do you mean
you need to do a trade a day for a day to count. So some people are just like, oh, I'll just flip contracts.
Yeah. So, Nikita, does that make sense? Like, oh, I need to hit 25 trading days before I can request a withdrawal. And I got real lucky 3 weeks ago and made a bunch of money. So all I do is open NinjaTrader every day. I go in and just click buy close. Oh, I traded today. Buy, move on.
So like, that's something we're not looking flipping, for, right? So we don't allow flipping. Like if you want to get the days to count, trade. So lucky windfalls is not a strategy. Gut trading is not a strategy. Windfalls and flipping is not a strategy. It's a withdrawal strategy. It's really that simple. We're not picky on strategy or system or analysis. I don't care who you use. We list multiple companies. There's 1,000 companies out there. A lot of y'all have your own. That's fine. So, right. They're actually clicking like buy, then sell. They're not waiting for a target to be hit.
Yeah, it's like a 1 second trade. Buy, sell, I place a trade. It counts the day.
There's no reason for the trade besides I want to log a trade so I can get a day.
Right. Yeah, that's flipping what we just said. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, are you using a system or using a scheme, right? Are you doing a strategy or are you doing a scam? Remember, this is a partnership versus putting on random trades just for a quick withdrawal. So what is the PA consistency rule? Trader understands that the company is seeking to fund and pay out traders who follow a consistent trading plan, size, stops, and targets. Again, we said it's fine if that varies. Just, trade, okay? This means not trading max contracts on one trade and seeking lucky windfalls while trading micros the rest of the time. As an example, like flipping micros. Not, constantly changing sizes just to flip contracts. Not dollar cost averaging, not doing high frequency trading, which, you have to do thousands of trades for that to happen. And you'd be contacted. Be consistent in your trading plan. Include your entry stops and take profits. Trader funding and paid performance is designed to be a long-term relationship of consistency and steady growth for one party or for both parties.
Right, for both parties. And guys, real quick, what's on the screen in front of you right here isn't just a PowerPoint slide that's part of tonight's webinar. That's one of the literal paragraphs from the PA contract. If you have a PA account, this is in your contract that you signed it. Anyone that has a PA account, this is in the actual contract. Okay, does that make sense? In the actual contract, literally stating in here, consistency and plan, not lucky windfalls and then flipping micros, not, erratic, and literally a trading style. Look at the last line, trader funding and paid performance designed to be a long-term relationship of consistency, steady growth for both parties. So just want to keep that in mind for the next section here.
So, and again, we're not going to be picky on cost averaging. We're just saying don't go all big like as it's going against you and go bigger and bigger and bigger. If you do, we haven't ever called anybody out on it. On max contracts, yes, you can definitely trade max contracts, but just be smart about it. Remember, we're looking for consistency, right? So this is one-step funding, but we have 3 steps to prop. So evaluation, then performance account, where we're evaluating your consistency, which you get paid out on just like a prop account, and then we put you into a prop account. You have a good day too. Um, let's see.
I'll take care of it.
No, I'm done. I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Strategies and systems. Real strategies and systems means something you actually trade. Flipping a contract is not a trading strategy, it's a flipping strategy. Trying to rack up a number of days is not a trading strategy. Lucky windfalls is not a strategy, it's luck. Gut trading is not a strategy. Windfalls, then flipping is not a strategy. It's that, I mean, I'm being repetitive here, but it's that simple. We are not picky on strategy, systems, or analysis. I actually think I went over all this. I'm using the wrong button. So if you're funding a trader with your own money, you'd want them to follow a strategy or a system consistently, right? So you wouldn't want them risking all your money on a lucky windfall, right? Exactly. We are encouraging consistency to make you profitable traders. We want you to be profitable. So would you want to be in a one-sided partnership or a two-sided partnership? What are you looking for? I mean, you want it to be two ways, right? You want us to be successful so you can be successful. We want you to be successful so we can be successful. So you want them to be consistent, growing, compounding. So not a problem. That's literally exactly what you're looking for. Would you want to fund this trader? Started out with 300,000, now they're up 350. Do you like that equity graph?
Consistent, slowly going up, slowly. Doesn't look like a ride at Six Flags, does it? The roller coaster goes way up and the roller coaster comes way down and big wild string. Slowly building and consistent. Love it.
So this trader, they've had some down days, but they're still profitable. Would you want to trade with them?
Actually, let me interject something.
Yeah. I'm going to let you interject. I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Daryl just said, hey, this trader had some down days, but still pretty profitable. I actually want you to relook at it because notice back when they started, do you see the steady incline from the left side all the way? Steady, 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 steady. But then right in there, you do see, like if you look at the date, around like the May 24th, you do see a down spike in this, don't you? In the balance, right? Yep, Val, you got it. And then when do you see the next down spike? Around June 25th. What are our payout days? When can you request payouts? The 20th through the 25th of each month.
Okay.
See that? So those are not actually down days. It's May 25th and June 25th. That's payments. This is an awesome chart. If you've got 100 grand of your own money sitting in the bank and you want to fund a trader and you see his performance like this, his or her performance, this is someone you would love to get behind. This is someone we would love to put in actual prop, real live money, right? When you see that steady chart, that means they're consistent. They've got a strategy or system like those ones Daryl was showing earlier. Like even people that have multiple accounts and just trading a little bit in each account and it adds up. This is a great chart. This is a wonderful trader. You guys see that?
All right, now we look at the next one.
A little more cautious here, right? But overall, the person was still growing, right? But a little more up and down some there, right? After a little while. Okay, like still maybe someone you'd want to get behind, but a little more concerning to you from a risk factor than the other couple we just saw, right? So when Daryl was talking earlier about how I monitor this is what I'm looking at, literally these charts right here. I have a whole list of everyone that has PA accounts, and every day I'm looking through these.
This is a trader he would not want to put right into a prop account.
Exactly. Guys,
but they still get paid out the same. Like right here, they get a withdrawal on the 25th, boom.
Yep. And this one, I made another one, I believe, in May 25th. Yeah, you see it right there, May 25th. You see it.
They
So,
withdrawed most of their money. Yeah.
yep, yep. So, guys, this makes sense what I'm looking at. It's literally what we're showing you here. And can you see the difference of those first two charts where I've watched that person? And it's like, this guy's got it. They made that transition, or girl's got it. They've made that transition mentally. They're steadily trading. They're following a strategy system. Their equity curve is smooth. Let's get these people moved over behind live money. I want to follow them. I want to copy that trade. Wouldn't you? Right? You know what I mean?
So,
well, Gunter, you also got to
asking how
understand.
this works. Look at these drawdowns right here. That's what he's talking about.
Right.
So that, no problem. But these make you a little cautious. So we're going to watch and see how they do going forward.
Right. Like, let's give this one just a little bit more time. But can you see the difference there?
Here's
Okay. Yep. Another one that I'm still pretty happy with. Okay. You don't see huge spikes up and down. You see, growing. You do see it come down there around June 27th, payout. Okay. But it's still pretty steady. I like that. Again, if someone came to you saying, you got 100 grand, give it to me. Which one of these charts are you going to want to say, I want to fund that trader?
Now, what about this, where they're flipping contracts for 5 weeks?
Look at May 10th. See the little spike on May 10th?
That gets above the $50,000 line over here?
Yeah, but look down at the bottom.
Right.
Right there. See that spike on May 10th? I want to explain something about this right here. I want everybody to hold.
And we're showing you behind the scenes. I bet nobody has ever shown you this behind the scenes stuff. We're showing you what we look at as a prop company.
Yeah. So let me give you a little insight here. May 10th, there was a news announcement. Kind of made the market go a little crazy. This trader right here started off the day. Listen closely here. This trader started off the day with 5 PA accounts. Ended the day with 1 PA account. This one right here. That was up about 3 grand, as you can see. So just to walk you through the trade history, because you guys, you have to realize we have all the trade history, right? We have our system. We have the our trader
management systems built in.
Yeah, we have Arrhythmia. We have all of it. So how many of you trade the morning open? The market opens at 9:30 and it just goes crazy, right? What this person did, when the market opened up, the market started going up. So he took one of his PAs, went full contracts, all in, long, because the market was going long. The market started going up in profit. Then it came down, all the way down, and it killed that account. So then what does he say? Now the market's going down. So I'm going to take PA number 2 and go max contracts short, just because the market at the time was going short. Kept going short and then came back up, killed that account. Well, now the market's going long. So I'm going to go in and go long on the third one.
Like all in.
All in. Hoping it's just going to skyrocket long. Boom, boom, boom. Killed it. Going short. Fourth one, went short, killed it. Fifth one, happened to luck out. Was up 3 grand.
Do you think we're looking to keep traders like this around? That do this? Would you want this trader? Would you keep this trader around for your own money?
Guys, think about this. That was a $50,000 account. What is our trailing stop on a $50,000 account? How much is it? You all know it. $2,500. So account 1, boom, lost $2,500 for who? Him or us? Account 2, lost $2,500. Account 3, lost $2,500. Account 4, lost $2,500. So how much did we lose this day? Or put this in perspective of real, true, live money prop funding, or you, who happens to have 100 grand in the bank, and this guy says, let me trade for you. This guy just lost you 10 grand. Why? Because the rules technically state risk our money, not yours. Hey, Apex takes the risk, not me. Boom. I just lost 10 grand for them. I don't care because I only paid $80 for those accounts.
And it's not just that he lost money. We have traders that lose money all the time. That's just part of trading. It's that he lost money and then he went straight into flipping.
Right. So now on the one account that I lucked out on, I'm up 3 grand. I'm scared to lose it. So what do I do for the next 5 weeks? I go and flip a contract. I go buy, close, boom. I traded, buy, close, boom. I traded, buy, close, boom. I traded for 25 days. Give me the money.
He's just showing one of the accounts.
I'm showing the one account that he didn't blow, just like I stated from the beginning, David. That he started with 5, ended the day with 1, which is the one in front of us.
And then he just flipped contracts.
Yeah.
Now this one is different. They flipped for a month. That's all they did. They didn't do anything but just flip. And then they looked for a lucky windfall. And a payout on the 25th.
Yeah. From May 16th to June 20th, no real trading. Just flip for over a month. And look at the date. When do we allow payouts? From the 20th to the 25th. What happened on the 24th? Well, I'm right up to my days. Guess how many accounts this person had? 4. Same situation. Started the day with 4. Ended the day with 1 that lucked out. Up 3 grand. Said, all right, pay me tomorrow.
And remember, this was a PA account, not a prop account. But again, we do copy PA accounts with our API. So it does actually matter.
Real quick, a couple of people said, well, how did they start the day off with 5 accounts? Like, they had to have some kind of skill to get the 4 or 5 accounts and be able to do this. Bradley, let me walk you through a quick scenario. What's going on right now until midnight tonight? Okay, something, right? Or let's say that Apex had ran a special sale. Somebody could get a bunch of accounts cheap. So they got 20 of them. And one day, 10 went long, 10 went short, and just hope for the best. And 5 of them lucked out. Let me ride those out and turn them into PAs.
And then they try to do the same thing in PA.
Exactly. Make sense? Like, that's a legitimate question. Well, how do you ever get 4 or 5 if that's what they're doing? Because that's what they're doing. Got it?
Now here's one where somebody was flipping micros. This is a person that you heard about probably online if you've heard about it. And then they went for a lucky windfall, by the way, in multiple accounts. And they went both directions. They even went both directions with another trader once they got called out. And one trader went one direction and they went the other direction, trying to scam us. But we actually can see that it happened, okay, and that the accounts were connected. So, lucky windfall, flip. We call them out and say, hey, no, you cannot do this. Again, we talked about flipping. Flipping is just in, out, in, out, in, out. See how it's a flat line? They're not really making or losing money. Well, that's flipping. They're not trading. We called him out and he finally started trading. But he refused, and we'll talk about this more, but he refused to stop doing this strategy. And he was getting other people involved in the strategy and getting them to do it. Now, per the contract, we have the right to cancel his account and not pay him out. Because he violated that rule we showed of lucky windfall and flipping. But
like literally.
Yeah, I mean, literally that's what it says. And he did it to the T. But here's what we did. We paid him out on this money right here. About $10,000.
A little over 11.
A little over 11,000. We paid him out on that, even though we didn't have to pay him out anything. We still paid him out. But he refused to stop doing the strategy and sharing it, and kept arguing and lying about it. So we shut down his account. Again, flipping is entering and exiting instantly with no strategy of stop loss or take profit. It's just in and out.
Yeah, guys, it's real simple. You have a chart open and you just hit the buy button and then you hit the close button immediately. Because what does that do? It logs a trade for that day, right? You technically traded that day. And what do you have to make a withdrawal request? 25 trading days. So you have a big windfall and you make $3,000. And then every day after that, you just go hit buy close and you're up or down $1 or $2 because of the fee, just to say you quote unquote traded that day. It's a scam. That's not a strategy. That's a, accumulating quote unquote trading day strategy. That's what we mean by flipping.
And this is also what we mean by not consistent. So again, don't get all caught up in consistency. This is what we're talking about not consistent. Going for a windfall and then just flipping contracts. I mean, getting in and out of a trade, there's no time limit. We're just talking about hopping in, hopping out, hopping in, hopping out. And doing it like once a day to log a trade.
Yeah, maybe you've got somebody asked a few minutes ago, hey, I scalp bonds and I get in and out real quick just for 2 or 3 ticks. Is that considered flipping? Absolutely not, because you have a strategy where you're going for 2 or 3 ticks.
Or somebody's like, I made 50 points in 5 minutes. Does that count as flipping? No, because that's like the opposite of flipping.
You had a reason behind it. You had a strategy for it. Flipping just means for no reason I'm just buy close, just to say I did a contract for the day. Right? We don't care if you might only be in a trade for 5 seconds every single day on NQ. You didn't see how damn fast that thing moves, but you have a reason for getting in it because there was a setup and you got your quick scalp in 5 seconds. That's fine. There's a system or strategy behind it. You understand the difference?
Is that making sense, everybody? So now, are we going to, if somebody violates the rule by doing a high risk, all-in windfall strategy where they're not actually trading a strategy, are we going to pay them out on that money? Would you? If it's your money, if you're funding a trader with your own live money, would you want the consistent trader or the windfall flipping trader? It's that simple. Would you want it to be one-sided or two-sided? Would you want them to intentionally purposely blow accounts and take a full loss on another account? Would you want them to teach other people to purposely lose money for you and blow your accounts? So it's an organized scheme with multiple people, a group to get a payout and purposely lose money for you. Is that the spirit of trading?
I mean, guys, just think about that for a minute. Like Daryl said, if it was your own money and you were going to fund some traders, can you even fathom the thought that a strategy they would have would be to intentionally lose your money, to intentionally blow a account? Like, that's mind-boggling, is it not? Mind-boggling. Right here. This account, May 9th. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. News announcement, big news announcement coming out. And I'm going to tell you this is because we monitor it. We're going to know if you do it. Huge news announcement coming out at 9 a.m. Okay. And when this news announcement normally comes out, the market just goes crazy, one way or the other, right?
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both. Sometimes it'll shoot up one way, come down the other way, but goes crazy. Understood? So let's say the news announcement is coming out at 9 o'clock. Okay? At 8:59:50, meaning 10 seconds before the news announcement, right? You have 2 accounts, 2 PA accounts. You go max contracts long in 1 PA account. You go max contracts short in the other PA account. It's called a straddle or a strangle, which is an options strategy. But you see where I'm going with this? So 10 seconds before, I'm going all in max contracts long. In another account, I'm going all in max contracts short. I don't know what the hell which way the news is going to go, but I'm hoping it goes one way, not both. And I'm hoping it goes really big so I make a huge, big, lucky windfall. What am I purposely doing to the other PA account? Blowing it. So look what happened right here. See at the bottom, Daryl, will you put your mouse at that bottom graph? That bottom line?
Yeah.
All the way on May 9th. All the way to the left. Right there. So right there, made about $4,000 in this account. Right? This is a 50K account. So how much did they lose for Apex on the other account? Full loss. Purposed, planned, intentional, full loss. Lost $2,500. Does that make sense?
Chad brings up something and talks about it makes me angry that somebody is doing this to a company that is doing nothing but helping traders be successful.
Chad, welcome to the team. Yes.
Yeah, they're messing with your company, aren't they? I mean, if they're trying to literally scam it, they're messing with it.
Yes.
So you don't want to be with the company that allows this, do you?
Right.
Does it put that company in a good place?
Yeah. All they are like, I'm pissed. That's dirty, rotten scoundrels. Criminal. Exactly. So
and they're like, I wouldn't pay him nothing. So and this guy goes out and he does this, and then he goes out and he posts all over the internet that we don't pay him, which we did pay him for his valid trades he did after. But no, we didn't pay. We're not going to pay for doing windfalls like that.
Yeah.
But and like I said, it's only a few people that have tried this.
And then look what happened after. Full loss for Apex on one side. He pops $4,000. And then what does he do for the next 5 weeks? Micro. Trying to get to a payout. When? Around June 20th to 25th, which is our payouts, correct? Look at those dates. See there's a little pop right there? What do you think happened right there when he requested a payout? You think I might have said, hey, bro, you've not been trading consistently. So they traded for a day there to say they traded. Guys, do you see this? It's going both ways, purposely losing money. Now, let's put this on a different level. This person took advantage of a big 80% off sale and happened to have 10 PA accounts. And on this day went 5 long and 5 short. So lost Apex $10,000 on one side, and then trying to say, you should pay me out $50,000. And if you don't, I'm going to go spread lies on social media saying Apex didn't pay me out.
So when y'all see stuff like this online, it should piss you off. You should be like, that guy's a scammer. Not like, oh my God, what happened? Oh, somebody didn't get paid. Like, everybody's got paid. We just don't reward scams because we're protecting you by protecting the company. And it's pretty simple math. Like I said, can you imagine a trader intentionally losing your money, intentionally blowing an account? Does that adhere to the PA agreement? Trader funding and paid performance is designed to be a long-term relationship of consistency and steady growth for both parties. And then they wait right before a news report and they go max long and short. Full loss on one side. Let's say APAC, the risk capital is a $50,000 account. It's $2,500. They make $5,000 on the other account. Well, Apex pays 100% of the first 10,000, 90-10, right? Then 90-10 after that. The trader then flips micros and waits for payouts. Well, the trader made $5,000, so they're like, you made money, so why should it matter? But Apex lost $2,500 and hasn't made anything on it because we pay 100% on the $5,000. So we're down $2,500 and paying them $5,000 because they want to do windfall strategies and flip contracts.
Yeah, but what they want to say on social media is they didn't want to pay me out because I made too much money. And I don't understand. If I made money in the account, then that means I made money for them. And that sounds good to you on social media, right? Like, oh, we should be concerned. What's the truth behind it? It's a scam. It's a scheme, right? Come on.
So, they have multiple accounts. They do it with 8 accounts. We use 8 accounts times $2,500. That's 20 grand lost. And we don't make anything on the money going to them because they're making 100%. Now imagine the whipsaw happened and it flew up and flew down and both accounts lost. They lost 2,500 up and then 2,500 down.
If we did, Nikita, okay, but someone that's just flipping a micro, have they proven to us in a PA that we should follow anything? Not yet.
And again, remember, we paid 100% of the first 5,000, Nikita, or first 10,000. So we don't make anything on that first 10,000, but we still lost $2,500 on the other account. So yeah, Robert says I wouldn't have paid him the $11,000 after what he did, and we shouldn't have, and we debated it, but we decided to go ahead and do it because we want to be above reproach on paying out. We don't want anybody to have anything negative to say about us. So, I mean, that shows you how committed we are to being above reproach and paying out.
Now, someone asked a question here. How are y'all going to actually go ahead and go to that next slide, Daryl? Somebody said, hey, how do y'all monitor this? Okay, guys, you have to keep in mind, we see everything. Look at this chart in front of you real quick. Daryl, will you go?
Timelines on the side, 9:30:08, 9:30:08, 9:30:07, 9:30:07. I mean, they're literally going long and going short.
You see S on the bottom for sell and B on the top for buy. We can literally see it. Okay. So somebody said, well, how do you monitor this? Trust me, we monitor it. We have reports for this. It's monitored through us. It's monitored through Rhythmic. We can catch this.
We have an amazing program named Leo.
Yeah.
And he programmed stuff to help us monitor risk, which is good for you because most companies don't have that. Okay, so it allows us to keep a check on this and make sure that people. And again, we've had like maybe a dozen people do it on a small scale. We called them out. They said, "Hey, sorry," but this specific trader kept refusing to do it.
To stop doing it. Yeah.
Right, to stop doing it.
Now, one of you asked, why don't you just watch this and not let one of them go long and go short in the same account? Well, we called them out for it, and guess what happened? Let's go to another slide here.
Hold on one second.
Yep.
So, again, we reached out to him 3 times. He knew what he did. We asked for a chart to show that he was actually doing a strategy, even though we knew what he was doing. And he would not send it. He then started trading the account due to our warnings. But then we found out he was teaching other people to do it. We even found out we saw 2 accounts on the same IP address on the same computer doing it. So again, we track trades, Ninja tracks trades, Rhythmic tracks trades. When our traders downloaded it, tracks IPs and computers. We can track these scams. Then on the next news trade, he went short in 2 PAs. And he went long on 2 PAs with the other trader within 3 seconds of each other. So he knew we were onto the scheme. He kept doing it. And he started getting others to do it as well.
Hey, Apex, we'll see if I go long and short. So, hey, buddy, I'll go long in my account. You go short in your account. We'll split the profit.
Yeah, we can track that too.
Yeah. And then I'm going to get a whole group of people because I have a trade room. I have YouTube channels. And I'm going to teach you to do it. Yeah.
So we reached out to him about it. So there's grounds. He threatened that if we did not pay him, he literally threatened that if we did not pay him, he would spread it all over social media. And that was basically corporate terrorism as blackmail and extortion. He posted on a scam review site you may have seen. It's like financialinfo. Whatever. And it's a company in Hong Kong with like a London address and a New York phone number that has like 40 companies they've got to pay their membership fee in like 10 years. And they basically, if you pay a membership fee, they give you a positive review. If not, they give you a negative review. So, we don't pay for reviews. We let them be honest and clear and transparent. He lied. He said we denied a $40,000 payout request. He'd only traded 30 days. So, There's
You
only one
saw.
person. If you see it, you'll know it.
Yeah.
So he literally breached the contract with the windfall and flipping. He breached the confidentiality clause by putting on social media. He breached the contract about being profitable long term for both parties. We all know the rules, not giving out username and password to others, which obviously he did by trading from the same computer. He breached the contract by making multiple user accounts. He spread false rumors. He had slander on Apex about false information. He threatened Apex with blackmail and extortion. What would you do if this was your money? If you were funding this trader, would you pay him anything? Would you continue working with him? Exactly. No. But we still did. We reached out. We gave him every opportunity. We did pay him out, even though we shouldn't have, $11,000. We, of course, voided any balances that were paying from the windfall profit. You know, and we sent him this long letter. I'm not going to go into it in detail, but basically, we sent him multiple letters like this saying, hey, you're breaking this. And here's proof that we paid the person out. So you don't want to be with a company that does not manage risk like this, right? I mean, because they're going to blow the company up. And then you're not going to be able to make your withdrawals. Does that make sense? A fee-based company with no real prop accounts, they can get wiped out by schemes like this. You don't want to be a part of a company that allows traders to do schemes like this. You want a company that gives the money to true traders so that money is there and stays in the business. Whatever companies allow traders or schemes like this will not be around long. So again, watch out for any company that doesn't have prop accounts. You should want to protect the company and the funds as well. And we saw a lot of you call him out and ask for proof right away, and I applaud that. So ask for proof. Ask us, by the way. You know, don't spread it on social media. That only helps the scheme. Don't did y'all hear about this? Did you see about this? Just ask us. If you don't get a satisfactory answer, then you can go post it somewhere. But ask us first. Get the real scoop. So when you hear that we shut down a scheme or denied a scam trader scheme, the first instinct should not be to panic and spread it around more. Would y'all agree with that? That doesn't help anybody. That actually helps the person that's doing the scam. So you set up multiple accounts by logging in and just clicking sign up and choosing the account size. We funded 50,000 different PA accounts. If we did not pay out, you would hear it from thousands of people, not just from one person or a group involved in the scheme. So be smart. Just use your head and think and look at the situation. You know, really, this trader is no different than a child in a store throwing a hissy fit because the mom doesn't give him a toy or candy bar because he wasn't good. If you break the rules, you break the rules. They're there for a reason. We went above and beyond. We paid him out to show our high standards of reputation, but we will not give in to schemes or extortion. So all of this was to explain the point of a PA account, the consistency in a PA, the reason for the PA, to assure as a trader you can make a mental transition into real payout scenarios, to be consistent and build the account and build a buffer, and then obtain the final goal, a true live prop account. So we've mentioned this in the PA about opening up a live account. Some of you have asked about it. And what we do is, again, we monitor and access the P accounts to determine when to do that. We reach out to you when, and we'll reach out to you and we'll congratulate you on reaching the pinnacle of trading. It's a huge honor that we're willing and wanting to put live money in the real world funded behind you. So we'll get paperwork sent over to you so you can be approved to be added to the prop fund and trade our live account under a sub account. You'll still be with Apex. We're still backing you. We still pay you out. We even pay out business accounts, unlike other prop firms, but also you're partnered with our prop fund partners. The initial PA account is just being converted to a fully backed live PA account. This is what it's all about. This is literally the whole reason you're here in the first place. So payouts are the same. We even pay for the NT license for you when you move to a prop account because you have to have a paid NT license. Most companies make you pay for it. Payouts still come from Apex. You're not being handed off. You're just being upgraded. Okay? We'll do some more webinars on this in the coming weeks. I know John will handle those and do more Q&A. We'll provide full details once we reach out to you and move to prop trading. And we can pay out companies, unlike most prop accounts, only can pay out to individuals. So you have the opportunity to combine them if you want to cut down on fees, but you still have all the same buying power with multiple accounts. Fly-by-night companies do not offer true prop fund trading, and this is vital to the success of a funding company. This assures that there's real money behind your trades that can be paid out to you. So it's not different than a performance account, except for it's just all live. It's not being copied in our API. So your orders will go directly to the exchange. So again, this is the ultimate goal. It's what you want. You want a funding company with a path to prop accounts. Without that, they are literally only about fees. So again, every company's been named in this webinar about, well, this company does this. They don't have prop firm pass. Remember we talked about keeping you up at night? Just a good trader? Or you made too much money, will you get paid out? Yeah, they can do it for a while, but eventually it's going to blow up on them. So do not trade with a company without a path to a prop account. Then go out of business overnight with just one or two good traders making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I want to thank you all for your time tonight. I know this was a lot to cover. We'll continue to cover more. And hopefully you see why Apex is superior to other funding companies. I wanted to thank you and wish you happy trading.